Right. So I have about an hour left to go before I leave the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for good. Um, all I can say is to God be the glory. Indeed, great things He has done. Things could have been so different. Um, but yeah, I am. I'm exiting. I'm happy. I'm sad as well because as much as it was difficult within the kingdom, um, I have some good experiences that I take away from here. I was in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and I worked as a teacher, um, an individuals and societies teacher, and then an English teacher. I enjoyed the latter much more than the former, um, particularly because it gave me a chance to interact with the students that I taught much more. I taught 3 classes, 2 grade 7 classes and 1 grade 6 class. For the purpose of this video, I will choose to focus on my 2 grade 7 classes, as my grade 6 class gave me much difficulties, and I feel purposely so. So I would not choose to acknowledge them except one student. I'm not going to use student last names, of course, to ensure confidentiality. But there was few students that really made my time at my school very worthwhile. The one student in grade 6 that I would like to wish well would be Abdul Rahman, an extremely smart student, extremely smart grade 6 student. And most students that are smart would be sort of awkward, but this student is well rounded, smart, articulate, and I have every every I have all the confidence that this student will do very well in his life. I taught another class as well, where a few students stood out. One of my favorite students in one of the other classes, I had a form class, 2 grade 7 classes, my form class, and then another class. One of the, I'll speak about my form class last. One of the other students that stood out in the other class that I taught was Kusai Mustafa. Okay, I wasn't, okay, Kusai. This is a student that is extremely smart. His only problem is that he speaks so much. So he would be disruptive in my class, and I would have to discipline him, even though I really, really, really didn't want to. Um, he and I would discipline other students much more than what I would discipline him. I would put them out, but it would be a last resort up until I put this student out. I had Ahmed in this class as well. Extremely smart student, very naughty though, very sarcastic, and I liked this sarcasm so much because he challenged me on an intellectual level. As a teacher, he was like a little adult. As little as he was like an adult. There was one student that stood out in that class of mine for me, a student that I remember from last year, Omar. I was so fond of him. He last year, in my first year teaching at the school, him and I had problems where I had to keep him during break, and I spoke to him, and I asked him, does he want me to call his father for he's misbehaving? And he said no, and he had no problem coming to break and staying during break. But he was always defiant. He always wanted to challenge me last year while he was in grade 6. He got this guy is interrupting. He got to grade 7 this year, and he had completely changed. He's still very naughty, comes late after break, etc. Um, but he is a hard worker. He's very naughty, and that's what I've always said. Like, I do not mind students that are naughty but that works hard. He was a hard worker. Um, Tried very hard to get good marks, and he was not disrespectful. In every interaction that I had with him, he had always tried to maintain the utmost respect, and him and Kusai were my favorite students in that class. Yeah, I really wish him well. I hope that one day, 20 years from now, when I read about Saudi Arabia, that he would be one of the students that would have been identified as leaders um, of that school. Then I come to my form class. They were my babies. Like, I loved them so much, but I could never let them know this, of course. So they started off, when the year started off, they were the worst class. Probably the first quarter, I hated them so much. Like, I hated having to teach them. But then, as time went on, we became used to each other. And I loved them so much. Almost each and every one of those students in my form class. There were a few students that stood out in my form class. Ahmed, of course. Um, Ahmed, yeah, I don't know, just an interesting child. There was Yusuf. Yusuf, like, little swagged up adult, had the hairstyle thing going on and whatnot, but he's a cool student. Like, yeah, I hope he doesn't gain weight when he's older, because he would be a cool adult as well. Um, Very smart as well, Yusuf. Um, but would be low key about it, because if he shows other students that he's smart, um, it would not make him cool anymore. I think this is what he thinks. Then we had Mansoor. So Yusuf and Mansoor, it would make me laugh so much. They would irritate me, but I would not want to punish them, because in as much as they irritated me, they made me laugh, and they were not disrespectful. And that is the important thing for me. Um, as long as the student is not disrespectful, I'm good with that student. Um, there was Ahmed, there was Mansoor, there was Yusuf. Yahya would write 1,000 word essays for me when we only needed 400 words. And he thought he was doing me a favor, but it would irritate me so much, because I would have to read each and every word of this essay and actually mark it. Who else was there in my form class? Like, I really genuinely liked my form class students so much. In the fourth quarter, it became a pleasure for me to go and teach them. Even though I kept them for break detention a lot, it was nice to go and teach them, because these were actually people that I had liked. Little boy Rashid, yeah, Shem, him and I, we are one of those people that we had problems initially, but then yeah, we just came around, because I think my form class and I, we saw each other so much. Um, so it's either we're not going to like each other, or we're going to like each other. So I think both of my form class and I, we just made a choice. Let's just make this work. There was Rashid, there was Hussein, there was I had already mentioned Yahya. Yeah, there was Faisal. Faisal actually got me a gift on the last day of school, and I'm so appreciative of it. I will cherish it for the rest of my days. We are boarding soon. Okay. So gaan ons onze laatste sigaret rook. So yeah, um, even though I would like to complain of my experience in Saudi Arabia, because of the students that I taught, very naughty. My two grade 7 classes, to be precise, very naughty. But each day when I would go home, I would go home with a smile, because yeah, they were awesome. They were really awesome. So grade 7 students, if you get to see this, I truly wish you well. Um, I know I'm gangster, I'm supposed to be gangster like that, but I love all of you, especially my phone class. I love all of you so much. I wish you well. Please do well academically. That is the only thing that I wish for, that you do well in your academics. May God bless you. Abdullah, may God bless you. Mashari, may God bless you. Keep doing well. Um, yeah, Rashid, Yusuf, Yahya, Hussein, thank you for having made my time at school somewhat pleasant. Rod, yo yo. Um, so, yeah, it's all good. There's a few names that I would forget. I'm so tired. But there's a few names that I would forget. But thank you, my form class especially, all of you. If we don't see each other again, yeah, this is it. Peace and love from, for the last time, from Mr. Cassidy. Peace.